The Line, a beacon of hope for humankind, a city that is sustainable beyond imagination and gives us a peek into our future. Or does it? Chances are that you've seen one of these videos pop out on your homepage in the past few weeks. Well, today we are gonna look at the line from a very different perspective, from the perspective of the high-tech farmer, which happens to be me. And quite honestly, almost all of these were shit. Most of them just repeated the same info over and over again. But the one thing that stood out to me was, well, we don't know much about it yet except for the videos and the shiny renderings. Like, what the fuck, not a single one of these YouTube channels even bothers to look at the project's website. At the project's very own dedicated website. Like, where else did they wanna find the info? On Reddit? Anyways, I've read the website and I've read an interview with the executive director of the line. Now we'll look at the real facts that I found, so you can build your own unbiased opinion, and then I'll tell you mine. First of all, everybody's saying that the Saudis want to have the whole thing standing by 2030, which ain't true. They only want to build a small part that will accommodate around 1 million people by 2030 and reach the end goal of almost 9 million people by 2045. According to math, they only need to build 18.9 kilometers of the line by 2030. They've also chosen a clever way to go about building the city. For example, doors. They will need an extortionate amount of doors, which would be really hard to source from some random company, and most likely they would need to work with multiple factories, so the quality control would be a pain in the ass. But what they are gonna do instead is manufacture all these parts themselves directly in NEOM. NEOM, by the way, is the overarching idea that aims to be 33 times bigger than New York City once finished. Right now, it consists of 4 parts: Oxagon, the industrial center and port; The Line, a futuristic megacity; Trojana, a recreational resort; and Sindala, a luxury island with a marina. To make it clear, all of these are yet to be built. And now come the sustainability facts. For example, they want to integrate solar panels into the southern wall. If they covers the full surface, it would be 85 square kilometers of solar panels, which could generate 95.7 terawatt hours of electricity annually, which is bonkers. But it isn't enough. For example, Austria, which is a bitty bit shy of 9 million citizens, has recently used 335 terawatt hours of energy in 1 year. Keep in mind that I calculated that with 8 hours of daylight on average, which is reasonable, and 40% solar panel efficiency, which isn't the market standard quite yet. But that isn't such a big deal given that the Saudis are big on green hydrogen. To be precise, NEOM Green Hydrogen Company has selected India's Larsen & Toubro as the EPC contractor for solar and wind plants to power a $5 billion green hydrogen-based ammonia plant. Because hydrogen is sometimes stored in the form of ammonia because it's better for the transportation and shit. This could help with the electricity problem, but they also want to export the ammonia, so the energetics of the line is still quite unclear. And what I found out from the interview with the exec is that the walls, even if mirrored, shouldn't be 100% reflective for better light conditions inside the line. This would also mean using special solar panels that are transparent. They already exist and is the technology with which I calculated the southern wall energy production, even though it isn't quite ready for the market yet. There is a follow-up question to this topic. How the fuck are the plants even supposed to grow in such a cave-like environment? I think that the director summed it up perfectly, so I'm gonna quote him. The mirrored facade will be penetrated by natural light, and the canyon inside of the structure has been scientifically modeled in a way that makes the most of the sun's high arc in summer and low arc in winter. But not all plants want total daylight. A lot of plants prefer shade or semi-shaded areas. In the original plans, there was also a mention of cloud seeding to make artificial rain. This was meant to cool the city down and enable local food production. But the recent press releases don't seem to mention artificial rain anymore, so we'll see about that. Since we are talking about local crop production, the line and also the other parts of NEOM should feature some sort of indoor farming. Most likely it's gonna be vertical, but then I saw this video about the Oxagon and take a look at this. They've just shown a basic ass NFT system with salads. I mean, it was only for like 2 seconds and then they switched it for a more contemporary looking vertical system, but I thought that it was funny to feature a 60-year-old technology in a trailer for the most futuristic city ever. But all these things considered, is it sustainable? We don't know the source of the materials for the construction, we don't know how much is needed, we don't know how the energetics question is going to turn out, and we don't even know how the city is going to impact the environment. So I will take the safe route and say that the city has the potential to being very sustainable, but there is a high chance for some fuck up that could run this whole concept into the ground. I would love to see it succeed and be the pinnacle of human civilization on Earth, because I believe that if humans stop trying radical ideas, the monkeys will soon catch up with us. And I would also love to be a part of NEOM and maybe work on some of the vertical farming stuff. But as of now, I guess we'll just have to sit tight and see how this develops. Thanks for watching.